people break into movies, usually they start with small parts and work their way up to getting a good part and finally a lead. Well, my next guest, his first movie, Dune, he got the leading part in it. And he's going on to star in one of, well, this year's hottest, most controversial films. It's Blue Velvet. Please welcome Kyle MacLachlan. That's funny. You know, I bet you when Bobby Vinton recorded that, he never thought it would turn into a wild movie like it did, right?
I don't think he had any idea.
Yeah,
they went back and asked him if he'd do it again. I think another version of it. I don't think it worked out, though. I think they wanted to stick with Isabella's. You know, she sings it in the picture.
Yeah, he had I think he recorded like about 12 blue numbers, different blue. He had the word blue in it, got superstitious. Everything had blue. And then he finally figured out he could do another song.
A song, yeah. David borrowed from it. Everything is blue in his picture, too, so, yeah.
They get superstitious. Do you have any superstitions when you work? Like?
No, I don't. I try to avoid that. You know, if I start to feel myself doing something twice, I say, oh, no, go the other way. And so I try not to get any patterns. You
don't like get out of bed 1 foot first or...
No, I put both on the floor and then I go from there.
Yeah, so. When I used to play cards, when I was a kid, if I started to win, I'd stay in the same position. You know, like if I was doing this and I got a good hand, until I got a bad hand, I'd stay like that.
Just hold on to that. I don't know, man.
And sometimes, you know, when you had to go to the bathroom, you're sitting there with your legs crossed for like an hour. It's like, no, I didn't mean anything by that. So tell me, how does it feel to be involved in, well, you know, they say controversial. A lot of the critics called it like a sick movie. I mean, look, they call my clothes sick.
That's
they call
true.
movies, yeah, right?
Came under their gun, too. I don't know. It's not sick. It's controversial is a good word. Hot, that was a nice word. I think it is. It's very hot, particularly working with, I mean, I had a chance to work with two, you know, beautiful actresses, you know, Laura and Isabella. And, but no, I think it's very controversial, very, it demands, I think, a lot of an audience, but, God, that's the whole reason to make them, I think. You know, make them so that people come out and they're sort of wobbly, but I think they've seen something that, that's important, you know?
Yeah, you feel that, when you were filming it, did you know what you were into? Did you know that's the kind of film it was going to be? As you were doing, I mean, you read the script and then you do it. Did you start to have a feel that this is going to be such a hot film and so controversial?
Well, we had a feeling that we were going to, it was either going to be a big hit with the underground, it was going to be a big hit with the underground papers, and then most of the critics were going to eat us alive, we sort of felt. But we weren't even thinking that big. We were just thinking about getting the picture made, first of all, because we were like the little guys on the back lot fighting for everything that we could get, you know? And I don't think that Dino really, you know, he didn't pay much attention. He sort of, David, here's your money, go make your movie. And he sort of left us alone to go make our thing, you know? So the reaction is really unexpected, I think, particularly in the positive. I mean, because they're writing, Pauline Kael writes this 5-page thing about it, and it's like, no one expected that, you know, when we were making. We thought we would, you know, hopefully get away with our skins, and that was about it, you know. So it's a good thing.
Well, where'd you shoot the film? Didn't you shoot
North Carolina, Wilmington, North Carolina.
How was the reaction of people? Anything happened down there while you were filming it? Because there's some wild scenes in there.
Yeah, there was one that was real tough. I give Isabella a lot of credit. There's a scene where she comes out from behind my house, and she... This is
Isabel Rossellini.
Right, and she doesn't have much on, you know, some bruises, and that's about it. And she comes out... And
in the right places?
In the right places, yeah, it's okay. And she comes out, and we were filming out of doors, and wasn't much you can do. I mean, there's, you know, houses and people they're going to come out, oh, they're making a movie, you know, I mean, and so they were coming out and they were watching this, and we kind of warned them. I mean, the AD went around and said, you know, there's going to be stuff happening here that you might, you know, not want to stay around for. And they said, no, we want to stay, So, so they had their lawn chairs and their beers, and they were sitting back ready to watch television. And out she comes, and I was in the scene, so I don't know what happened. It was quiet, you know, very quiet. And we did our thing, and then we cut, you know, we walked away, and I looked over, and it was empty. It was absolutely vacant. They'd all packed up and gone home. And the next day, the papers, they had a thing about it. It created some scandal and stuff. I don't think anyone can shoot. No one can be naked anymore in town at night. That's it.
They passed the law, right?
They did, yeah, based on that.
No naked people at night on that lawn.
No, which really cut down on my activity. I mean, it was terrible.
Well, how do you feel about when you get all these, this criticism, how do you deal with the reviews and critics if they're not good to you?
Well,
I mean, personally, how do you deal with it?
Yeah, I try and read a lot of stuff, you know, because I always figure, gosh, maybe I can learn something. You know, maybe they pick up on something that I, you know, I should think about. But in this case, most of the critics came out and they were, oh, the ones that didn't like it were like, oh, it's vile, it's all, I mean, the words they were using were, I said, I can't learn anything from this. I mean, you're just ranting and raving. Tell me something constructive, you know, about the picture. So I thought most of the critics that didn't like it were sort of came from that side, you know, and most of the ones that liked it went into these long, in-depth articles about, you know, the mind and what it was, and you read something like that and you can sort of pick out stuff, you know. So I read both sides, and how, as far as how it affects me personally, it's like, I don't know, if they write intelligently and they say, no, I'm sorry, and they tell me why, then I can get kind of, oh, shoot, you know, I didn't do such a good, and it hurts. But if they're not intelligently written, it's like, well, let it go.
Yeah, because I found that I had reviews early in my career. One of them was David Brenner, New York comedian. This is in L.A. and had David Brenner, New York comedian, should seek other employment while youth is still on his side. I didn't pay much attention to that one.
That's like the one Rex Reed did for me. Should I mention his name? That's okay. Anyway,
yeah, that's okay.
He said that I should choose my friends and directors with more care next time after Blue Velvet. And I want to choose my friends and with more, you know, what?
What does that mean?
Yeah, exactly. I was like, well, you know, I mean, and the way he wrote about the picture was in such a way that I think many more people will come to the theater based on his you know, his writing, because it was really out there, you know. I mean, he's out there. That's okay.
Yeah, well, I wonder what these people, I mean, they think that they are judging it for everybody. In other words, you see a review, I mean, why do they spend so much time? Why don't they just say, this movie sucks, you know?
And get on with it.
And get on with it, yeah, right? Get on with it. We'll be back with more of the show right after this. All right, why take all that time?
Starting the day with the New York Times won't guarantee it'll be a better day, but it can help make a difference. The Times can give you the options that soften the edges
7-zip
and make life a little more interesting.
No pizza before dinner, Michael.
With ideas and information meaningful to you, the Times can sharpen your mind and stimulate your senses. Whether it starts your day
It's delicious.
or just becomes a part of it.
what's for dinner?
The New York Times, it adds life to your life.
What if you took the leading yogurt and removed 1/3 of the sugar, over 40% of the calories, and removed that yogurty aftertaste by using a unique culture that produced a smooth, delicate taste and its own B vitamins? What do you have now? What you thought yogurt's supposed to be. New basis Kefir. High in calcium with less sugar and less calories than the leading yogurt. Taste basis Kefir. It's everything. Yogurt's supposed to be.
Roy Rogers has a great new game for everybody who loves to win. It's Roy's Gold Nugget Game, inspired by Roy's Chicken Nuggets. Just find the nugget in the gold mine to win. There are millions of food prizes, including Roy's delicious chicken nuggets. More prizes like vacations at Marriott Resorts, and the grand prize, a Chevrolet IROC Z28 Camaro. Every Gold Nugget game card gives you 3 chances to be an instant winner. So come to Roy Rogers and play today. What a game!
Remember the first time you saw a chorus line? Well, the faces on the line may have changed, but one thing remains exactly the same. The best musical then is the best musical now. The best musical ever. A chorus line on Broadway where it belongs.
I need this job.
You gotta see this show. Again, call 239-6200 for tickets.
MacLachlan, tell me something, Kyle. Did your family see Blue Velvet, and what was their reaction to it?
Yeah, well, my dad came down. They had a screening at the DGA in L.A., and he came down with his wife and stuff, and I told him all about it, and I said, and I let him read the script beforehand, and so he was prepared. And he came in, and he said, we were sitting there in the back, and I was sitting there, and he was to my right, and Dina was to my left. De Laurentiis tallest. And I was sitting there, and he was saying, every time I'd do a scene, he would lean over to me and say, "Good job, guy, good guy." You know, it was like I was playing football. It was great. He was like, "Oh, it's a good scene," you know. I said, "Dad, people around and stuff, be quiet, please." But he was like really excited, like a little kid.
Well, that's great. Well, you came out of Dune unscathed, and you went on to this, and I think you got a career, and I want to thank you for coming tonight.
It was a pleasure. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. See ya. Good night. Now, tell you something.
Stay at the UN Plaza. Enjoy what New York has to offer, then experience the hotel that rises above the rest, the United Nations Plaza Hotel. For reservations, call 1-800-228-9000. Transportation provided for by Esquire Limousine, New York's most prestigious limousine service, where the service performed is truly personal. Esquire Limousine Service. Tomorrow night, David's guests will be Jackie Harry and Robert Palmer. I'm Dan Ingram. Good night.
If it's new in electronics, it's at Newmark and Lewis, and it's on sale. Whether you were looking for a compact disc or a video recorder, a projection television or a cassette deck, a video camera or an entire audio-video system, Newmark and Lewis has it, and it's on sale, and will always beat the competition's price. Remember, I personally guarantee it.
See the future in electronics at Newmark and Lewis.
I went once a month, then once a week. I even talked my girlfriends into going.
I can't stop. I've tried. I just always find myself there. Even my husband's hooked.
I always like myself the day after.
I could taper off. Really, I could. But who wants to?
Once you pay Annie Says prices for designer clothes, why go anyplace else? Annie Says it's not just a store, it's an obsession.
And elbow 2, 3, and knee 2, 3, 4.
Are you serious? Are you serious?
At New Woman Fitness Centers, we're serious about shaping you up with specially designed equipment, immaculate facilities.
Halloween open house party this weekend, October 25th and 26th at every New Woman. Free tours, fun and fitness, and 30 days for $30.
Are you serious?
Near-death experiences on the next Oprah Winfrey Show.
The Dick Cavett Show. From New York City, Dick's guests tonight are Joe Piscopo and author of the Malachi Papers, Peter Monn.